Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're here on day one of a brand new week, wrapping up last week's adventure and hopefully finding what we've been hunting for all week because it hasn't shown up. Has not once that I recall has it shown up. But hopefully today's the day. We are going to start off with 100 sleep points, and that puts us at 7,340. And before we get too far into it, I'll go ahead and let you know it's probably going to be quite a long episode. We got a lot that we're going to go through today. Some analysis of some of the Pokemon that we caught over the week, and getting ready for this week. Hopefully, gonna find what we're looking for this week, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go. We're gonna play our daily lottery and get a handy candy ×1. Not bad. Could definitely put that to use. Those will all add up and be very beneficial when it comes time to start powering stuff up for Lapis Lakeside. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. Session 170. 8 hours and 54 minutes. Got 13% dozing. It's not looking good because dozing is what we need. 52% snoozing and 35% slumbering. But it might still be dozing. Balanced. Interesting. With such a disparity between the snoozing and slumbering, I did not think that was going to happen. But that does still give us a chance to find what we were looking for. Hopefully we can at least break 40, 45 million. That would be nice. Easy 40. Oh, easy 45. 50. 50.8 million. Not bad. Not bad at all. We have a full board. And just hopefully one of them is what we're looking for. That is a new sleep type. That is good. That puts us that much closer to 240, which I am hearing reports that apparently 240 was inaccurate, that it's instead 230 that you need to unlock Lapis Lakeside. So I haven't seen anything official, but I'm hearing reports that it has been reported that it's 230. So keep that in mind. 230, 240 is what you're going to need to unlock Lapis. Just kind of have to wait and see till we get the in-game news exactly how many we're going to need. But either way, we should be good because this is a Sudowoodo, Rattata, Primeape, Ekans, Slowpoke, and a Totodile. And there are two more. So that puts us exactly at 240. So no matter what, we're gonna be able to make it to Lapis. Not as soon as it drops, because I don't think we're going to use an easy travel ticket. I think that would probably be a waste on our part to do that, but we will be able to get there very quickly. So there's the Croconaw top belly, and then what else do we have that's new? Hopefully it's that that pincer we're looking for. Where are you at? Hiding some. Ooh. Even better. Horn shaking sleep. Well, I say better. It actually isn't going to do us any good on the ingredient front, but it's rarer. I think this is the first one I've seen. It is. Heracross loves sweet sap and will scour whole forests for it. When the search is particularly hard, Heracross grows exhausted and may even end up nodding off while still licking the sap it finds. Just sleep eating. Oh, I'm dumb. No one's hungry. That is unfortunate. Let's see. What do we do? We do... Okay. As much as I want to catch the Heracross, I really don't think it's the smart play. It is rare, but it's not going to be very beneficial for us in the long run. And we do have something that is higher on the priority list to help. And that is this little guy right here. So as much as I want to catch the Heracross because it's rare, I think we need to go for the smart play and take the Totodile. We have exactly enough biscuits for it. And with any luck, this one will have the berry finder that we've so sorely been lacking. Well, at least it didn't give us a critical capture on the final biscuit like this game tends to do. But that is the Totodile. Just out of curiosity, how much do we need to take this Heracross home? What is that? 16? That is a lot. That is quite a lot. But I think today's the day. We're gonna do it. Yeah. It just felt right, you know? Sometimes you think you have a plan and then your gut feeling tells you to do something. So that felt right. We have the points to buy a new one, so not really worried about spending it there. I just hope that my gut was correct and that it was actually going to be something worthwhile. We are going to send out the Totodile candy. I wanted to say Crocodile candy, and then I went to Feraligatr candy. I had to go through the whole evolution line to find it. We're going to send out the Totodile candy because nothing else is really super helpful. We are going to get 2,832 research XP, which is enough to level up, give us another biscuit back and a luck incense. That's good. With a dream cluster and 5,405 dream shards. All right, first things first. Let's check and see how this Totodile turned out. There you are. We got level 10 and timid with sausage and double oil. And then inventory up L, not great, but helping bonus is pretty good. That's decent. Skill level up S is kind of irrelevant. Skill trigger M also kind of irrelevant. And helping speed M all the way at the end, so not fantastic. And the nature definitely makes sure that this is not a good Totodile. So let's see. Actually, feel like jumping up that high from helping bonus is kind of, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. I mean, yeah, helping bonus is very good, but I don't know if it is, what is that? 65 points good. Or 64 points. But maybe I just don't understand exactly how strong it is. I don't know. We'll hold on to this one. This one might be better than the one we have right now, but not super thrilled with it, but I'll hold on to it for now. But now, the one that I am excited to find out about, and hopefully I did not waste that Master Biscuit, but odds are I did. Let's see, level 21 and Lonely. Okay. Starting out at a really high level already. Honey, and Mushroom, which Heracross is a skill trigger specialist. I don't know its main skill, so hopefully it's something worthwhile. Ingredient Magnet, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Inventory up S is a good start. Would be nice if it was L, but I'll take it. Ingredient Finder S, also not bad. Helping bonus, not terrible. Skill trigger S is good. And helping speed S. So just off of these sub skills, it is not the best and most optimal sub skills that you could have for it, but they're not bad. The nature, Lonely nature, speed of help up, that's actually pretty good too. That is pretty good for a skill specialist. So let's see if we're at least above 80%. Ooh, yikes, 59. Not great, which makes sense given that it doesn't have skill trigger and helping speed lower than level 60, so the calculator isn't taking those into account yet. I feel like it'd probably be higher, you know, well, it's definitely going to be higher once we get to level 75 and it unlocks skill trigger S, but for now, not that great. The ingredient count is actually kind of more interesting. Ingredient related rating basis is picked. Make sure the cooking schedule and user settings is set up. Check the documentation available at the top right side of the page. I don't know that I've seen this message before. I'm not even sure if it's popped up before and I just have skipped over it. Interesting. Make sure the cooking schedule is set up. I wonder why you would need to do that for ingredient count. That's very interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, ingredient count is definitely going to be up quite a bit. So that's 82. It's actually not bad. This is a, you know, if we didn't have Venusaur, this would be a solid honey Pokemon. You know, maybe if there is a time on green grass where we need these berries and honey, this would be a decent substitute, but I don't know. This one's not bad. We'll save it as its skill rating for now. 59, and it is level 21. So overall, not a total waste of a Master Biscuit, but not the best thing we could have gotten either. But I'm happy with it. It turned out, you know, decent enough that we could use it, and that's really all you can ask for a lot of the times with the Master Biscuit, because it is just a huge gamble. Well, let's go ahead and move on. We've got quite a bit to get through today since it is the, you know, end of the week, start of a new week. We're now at 20% area bonus for Cyan Beach. It is time to say goodbye. Week 25, the weekly summary. So we made it to Master 6. I thought about using an energy whistle. What's it called? Helper whistle last night to try to push us into Master 7. But we were just a bit above halfway to Master 7. It was like 24,000 strength away from Master 7. And I felt like the whistle may have gotten us close, but I wasn't very confident that it would push us over into Master 7, so I ended up not doing it. But we did get a little over halfway towards it. So we did pretty well this week, even though it says all our strength was down from last week, but that's because we were in a place where we have a much higher island bonus. But we got 508,035 final strength, 280,625 of it from berries, and 227,410 from cooking. So pretty close to half and half. An overall grade of S for the week, which is 6 handy candies. We definitely need those. Pretty consistent sleep last week. Let's see, there was about an hour in between my shortest and longest sleep, so not bad at all. And I went to bed pretty consistently in terms of time that I went to sleep and time woken up, so not bad. And we're now at 20% with 63% of the sleep styles studied. I don't know why I stuttered there. Oh man. But we got 17% Pokemon befriended. So we still have a lot to do on Cyan Beach, and we are going to go back to Cyan Beach this week. I feel like we've neglected it, and every time we come here, we spend a week and we're like, time to go. Beach sucks. Let's go. So we're going back. We're going to stick here. We're going to try to find some more Chikorita, Mankeys, Pinsir. There's a lot here that we need a better version of. So we're going to stick around here. We did get salads this week, so that's going to be pretty interesting. But for last night, we got 100 XP and 100% energy recovery and 20 diamonds for going to bed on time. So the team this week is going to change up. I do see a very interesting icon there. Do we have new news? We do have new news. Okay, let's check this out. Doesn't look like the news we were expecting, but it is new news. Let's start with the sleep report volume 5. How was your sleep research during the 3-day good sleep day event? Oh, this is last time. Oh, we're actually up. Normally it's like +4 or +5 minutes, and this time it's +8 minutes, +13, and +23. All this stuff is interesting, but not that interesting, so we will go ahead and move on. We've got event good sleep day number 6. Rest your very best on the night of a full moon. This event is held once a month. So this time we have Thursday, January 25th for day 1, and then day 2 is January 26th, day 3, January 27th. So the 25th through the 27th, which is right after Lapis drops. So maybe it is worth it to use that easy ticket or the easy travel ticket to go to Lapis the day it drops and then take advantage of the good sleep day event. That would be a call that you'll have to decide if that's best for you. I don't know, that might be worth it. Participating in the event is easy. Simply press the sleep button before going to sleep during the event period to track your sleep. A variety of event-related effects will be triggered during your sleep research. So January 26th, the night of the full moon, will have double drowsy power with sleep XP times 3, Pokemon sleep XP times 3, and an extra 1,000 sleep points. And then on January 25th and 27th, 1.5 times drowsy power times 2 Pokemon sleep XP and another 500 bonus sleep points. So that's 2,000 sleep points in total. And a good time to use your luck incense, your growth incense, your focus incense, and friend incense. All 4 of those very good to use during the event, especially on the night of the full moon. Let's see, the multipliers for drowsy power on the night of the full moon. This is just breaking down what happens if the night of the full moon were a different day of the week. But this time around it is on Friday, so it's just the ×2. Notes about good sleep day. This looks like probably all of the typical stuff. Yep, this is what they say every time. So nothing new there. So let's go ahead and move on and check out. Whoop, get back here. Game is lagging a little bit today. I hit close twice because I didn't think I hit it the first time. Good Sleep Day Bundle 6. To go along with the Good Sleep Day event beginning at 4 a.m. on Thursday, Good Sleep Day Bundle Volume 6 packed with items to further boost the effects of the event will be available. So it is typically just the one bundle, and this bundle is 1,500 diamonds for 2 growth incense, 2 luck incense, and 2 focus incense with 9 great biscuits. So if you look at it purely from the cost of the biscuits, it is a discount. You get, typically it would cost you 1,800 diamonds to get the 9 biscuits, but this time it's only 1,500 plus you get the extra incense. Excuse me. Grab a drink, it's gonna be a long episode. But these bundles, especially at this price, typically for me have not been worthwhile. 1,500 diamonds is a lot, and I know that's a lot of real world money if you're just buying the diamonds outright to get the bundle. So I'm not really sure. I'm not going to be buying it. Even if I had the diamonds, I wouldn't spend it on this. There's a better use of diamonds, in my opinion, just through the camp, the good camp tickets. But if you've got the diamonds and you think this is good for you, it's not the worst deal, but it's a lot of diamonds. So I don't know. kind of just sticking with the same old, not really anything special for the Good Sleep Day bundles. Hopefully the bundles will get better eventually. But we did get some medals. Let's go check those out. How many times I have cooked for Snorlax? 410 times. 2,200 dream shards. I feel like 410 times, like if you've cooked that much, you're probably pretty far in the game. Should have been a higher dream shard reward, but that's just me being nitpicky. Let's check out what you guys have been up to. 40 sleep reports, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 that doubled. That's not too bad, just shy of that 25% we hoped for. There is one level up, which is another handy candy. I've said it about 500 times this episode, but those help and will help when we go to level up for Lapis Lakeside. But all right, let's go ahead and collect our scraps from our helpers since it doesn't really like to carry over. We are going to get some Venusaur or Bulbasaur candy. That's the one. I'm going to leave that pack full for Raichu. I don't think I want to collect from him just yet. That's something that was. I could just barely see it sticking under that rock. Well, I had Venusaur and Blastoise and Wartortle on the team because I was hoping for an ingredient magnet trigger, but no dice. I don't know why I clicked that button. That's not where I want to go. All right, let's see what we can do about breakfast. Probably not a whole lot. Start of the week, our ingredients are kind of sorely lacking. I don't even know if we could make any of these basic recipes. Let's see. Let's switch over to salads. Guess we need to put in our current list of ingredients. Let's go ahead and refresh. We've got 4 mushrooms, 8 eggs, 6 apples. Looking like not a whole lot of anything. That is not apples, that's potatoes. 6 apples, 13 milk. If I can click on it. 6 honey. Yeah, we're not gonna have much for anything. And then we've got 4 tomatoes, 9 cocoa, 20 tails, and 5 soybeans. Literally just a mixed salad. All right, well, that's fun. So let's go ahead and looks like we're gonna have to use some of these ingredient tickets to start the week off. All right, so let's start with the small tickets. 5 potatoes and 5 apples. That's at least gonna let us make the the apple salad. Couldn't remember the name of it. I don't know how. It's super easy to remember. But I don't really want to make that, so let's see if we can get something else. 5 ginger and 5 more milk. Not helping all that much. And let's use 1 ingredient ticket in and just see what happens. 10 cacao. 10 more potatoes. That might help. It did not. And 10 more milk. So yeah, not really much of anything, which is not, you know what? Let's just use it. Today's the day of using all the things. 10 oil will help, but not as much as I thought it would. I thought the 10 oil was actually going to let us make something. And 10 more honey. Yikes. You know what? Why stop with just 1 left? Might as well. 5 more cacao, 5 more honey. Not going well for us. So, yeah, a whole lot of nothing. That is unfortunate. All right, well, let's just make our terrible apple salad. And we will have have to, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw all these mushrooms and a bunch of potatoes in there. We can get plenty of those back if need be. At least we can power up this apple salad quite a bit. And we'll throw in the cocoa. So it may only be a fancy apple salad, but it'll be a strong fancy apple salad. Well, strong relative to fancy apple salads anyway. 6,987. So strong. So that is a now level 9 apple salad. That'll at least put us to basic 2, hopefully basic 3. But I don't think that quite puts us to basic 3. Yeah, just basic 2. $8,966, not bad. All right, now to get into the real meat and potatoes of what we have today. So I did go through and made sure to rename all the Pokemon we caught over this last week. So let's see, let's sort by date registered and go this way. I forgot about the Bonsley though. Okay, so starting off with the less important mimes, we have the Mr. Mime that we caught last week, only 26%, and doesn't have a good ingredient spread. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of him. And then with these two mimes, this was actually, you know what? Sorting by date registered is not gonna help us. What I need is to go back to this. This is what we're looking for. So this Mr. Mime was, or Mime Jr. was the one we caught way back when Mime and Mime Jr. first released. And it's actually still better than the two that we caught last week, and its ingredient spread is better. So the two that we caught last week, even though the old one has speed of help down for its nature, this helping speed M really helps to counterbalance that. So it's still worth it to hold on to that one versus these other two. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of them. And this way we have some extra Mime candy for if we need to use this Mime Jr. whenever Lapis Lake, well, when Lapis Lakeside drops, not whenever. We know when it's happening. And the game is loading forever. Is the game crashing? Okay, we're back. So I don't know what that was about. Just Pokemon Sleep being Pokemon Sleep, I guess. But we're back. Let's get back into what we were looking at. So we got rid of all the Mimes and the Mime Juniors. It seems like that actually stuck. When we get down to, let's see. What I really want to look at are the Mankeys and the Chikorritas that we caught over the last week compared to what we had before. So I believe this was the old Mankey. Let's see. Yes, this was the old Mankey that I had, which has a decent ingredient spread. But when you look at the others, they are significantly better. And we're really not worried about ingredient spread with the Mankeys. Not that much. Because they're berry specialists. I'm going to let their inventory fill up and then just let them collect nothing but berries. But what I do, and this is something that I wanted to show you guys to kind of help you determine which Pokemon you should keep and which ones you shouldn't. So what I do when I'm not sure of which ones are going to be better, you know, sometimes, you know, with this 69%, 80%, they're kind of close. So I want to check and make sure that I am going to invest in the correct one. And most of the times it works out. But what I do is I go to the team analysis and I plug them in to one of the slots, and then I will go to the edit button and push them up to a higher level than what they are. Clearly this Mankey is not a level 30 primate. It is a level 11 Mankey, but I'll go in, I'll evolve it, I'll put it to level 30, set its pack to always be full, and then I'll see what we can expect from it at level 30. And I've done that with all three of these Mankeys. And the only way that I can tell them apart now is by which nature they have. So this one is the 80% Mankey is the naive nature, which is this one here in the middle. And you can see that this is the best performing one at level 30. So then if I want to check further, I'll push them to level 50, which is the current level cap, and make sure they are all set to level 50. Come on. Mouse didn't want to cooperate. And then now we can see the naive nature is still the one that outperforms the others, which is kind of funny because one of them, or no, that's Victory Bell. I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. One of them had something, yeah, Helping Speed M on the rash nature, you would think would help out significantly over the Helping Speed S, at least starting off. But once you get into the higher levels, it turns out the naive works better, even though they both have Helping Speed S and M along the way. Now, if we want to take that into account and double check, we can go ahead and push these all the way to level 100. And the calculator kind of breaks a little bit, but the number of berries that come in is still pretty easy to figure out because it is more of a linear curve. And you can still see that even at level 100, they're the exact same. The rash and the naive turned out to be exactly the same at level 100 if we were to keep them and take them that far. So then the question is, which one do we pick out of these two? Clearly, from level 30 all the way to 100, the gentle one, not good. So we can go ahead and send that one to the professor. We're not worried about it. So all we're left is the 80% and the 69%. And I believe for my own usefulness, the naive one is the better choice, simply because it has the naive nature, which means the XP gains are going to go up, or the XP gains are up. So it's going to be easier to level along the way. And it has helping bonus at level 50. Whereas this Mankey, the only sub skills that matter are Helping Speed S and Helping Speed M. This one at least has helping bonus as well, and Sleep XP bonus as its capstone skill. Will I take this one to level 100? Probably not. But if it's the best one we get for a long time, then this is going to be the more useful of the two. So we can go ahead and get rid of this rash nature. I almost said Nash Racher. This rash nature Mankey, and stick with the naive. And that's how I decide which one is going to be the best out of what I have. And if I can find those Chikoritas wherever they went. Nope, I only had 2 Chikoritas. I had my bay leaf and one of the Chikoritas that we caught last week. You can see I've already bumped them up to level 30. And for the 2 of them, very small difference. Let me go in, because now that I have them already evolved to a Meganium, I don't remember which one's which. So the naughty is the one we had, the bay leaf, and the lonely is the one that we caught. The naughty one, just barely better, even though the Chikorita with the lonely nature, it does kind of have some better stuff like Helping Speed S and Helping Speed M earlier on. But since I'm not really worried about taking these to level 100, I'm almost certainly not. These are just usable for now until I find a better one, because we do want a berry finder one if we can find it somewhere. So for me, in this case, the determining factor between the two of them was that they're close enough that I'm really more concerned about what it's going to take to get them to level 30. Level 30 is kind of where I expect them to stop. Hopefully I find a better one along the way. Hopefully I find a better one this week, honestly, to get ready for Lapis Lakeside. But if these are my two choices and I don't find anything this week, which of these two am I going to want to use at Lapis and power up to level 30? For me, the choice is just which one's going to take the least amount of resources, and that's the bay leaf that we already have, even though it is a very slim difference between the two of them. It just doesn't make sense to put all of the extra resources into this one. And I think what was the real determining factor with these two is that at level 100, the naughty one, surprisingly, still outperforms the lonely one, which I thought would be better based on its sub skills. But you see 82% is what it was rated. The Chikorita that we caught this week was 82%, but then the Bayleaf we had was 77%, and yet still, over the course of level 100, and in most cases, it outproduces the higher rated Chikorita. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that sometimes, even though it may be rated higher, the way that the math and everything behind the scenes works out, it's not really better when you're talking about this close of a percentage rating. So always double check if you get some that are close, and just kind of be sure which one is going to be the best one to use. And again, with them being so close, I'm not going to power this one up. I'm just going to go ahead and send it to the professor, and that'll give us 5 more candy for when we're ready to power up the bay leaf that we already have. So that said, we've gone through what we got last week. Not really anything worthwhile, but it's time for us to switch over. Well, no, the Mankey was pretty good. Time to switch over and try to get ready for this week and build our team out. We are on Cyan Beach with salads, and what is going to be, I think the overheat ginger salad is probably going to be our best bet. Yeah, the others are just going to take too much space on the team to be able to get the ingredients to make them. So, problem is, with the mushrooms we have coming in from Gengar instead of the fiery herbs, that's going to be a little rough. But I think that's probably our best bet, is to shoot for the overheat ginger salad. We may have to change it up depending on how this goes, but that's going to be our target, is the overheat. Oh, it's already selected. Perfect. Let's go ahead and propose a team based on meal coverage. Weird choices. So we want Gengar on the team. And is it time to put Larvitar on the team? I think so. Either that, or we switch up our recipe for the week. But I don't think that's a good idea necessarily. Yeah, I think if we're doing anything, we should go for the spore mushroom salad. We can swap out the Blastoise for that Toxicroak we got a couple weeks ago to make sure we have plenty of oil. Yeah, spore mushroom salad's probably the way to go. And then we can swap out for Victory Bell. Or actually, no, let's put Dugtrio on the team, because he'll bring in plenty of tomatoes, and we need to get some XP on him to unlock those leaks. So I think we're going to run with this team for now. Might switch it up tomorrow or later in the week, depending on how things go. But for right now, this is going to be the team we're going to run with, aiming for that spore mushroom salad. And hopefully we can have a pretty solid week. Hopefully beat our Master 6 record. Not really shooting for it necessarily. I just want to find the Pokemon we're here to find. But if we can beat the record, why not? And that said, that's kind of what we're looking at this week. Should be pretty interesting. Actually, nope, I did forget one last thing. Let's go ahead and plug in our team for the week and see what our projection is. Almost forgot completely. Okay, so we've got Doug Trio. Where you at? Nope, wrong one. Doug Trio. Then we've got Toxicroak, which is, where is he? Come on. There he is. And then Gengar. That is the wrong Gengar, I think. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Apparently, I haven't updated Gengar in the box yet. I need to do that, but let's go ahead and just bump it up here for now, level 31. And then we've got Dodrio again, which I definitely haven't updated. He got quite a bit of XP this week. So he's now at level 20. And our trusty Raichu, which also leveled up. There we go. Let's save it, lock it in. And let's see. Oh, they are out of order for some reason. I was very confused. I've just looked at Ultra 5 and I was very confused on why we were only getting Ultra 5 at Cyan Beach, which I do have Cyan selected. Okay, good. But yeah, so we are projected to again hit Master 6. So we should have a pretty solid week, at least do about the same as we did last week. Hopefully we can get some extra tasties that will make this week even better, but we're just gonna have to see how things go. But that said, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you coming by, and hopefully you enjoyed this mega long episode. I think we're going to be at like 40-45 minutes at this point. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about all the extra stuff we went through today. If you liked going through some of the Pokemon we caught over this past week, and if I should do it again going forward. And hopefully we can make this show a little bit more entertaining for you guys. But appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later dudes.